I just can't stop thinking about this. As my dad is finishing his last few days of treatment at rehab, I went to the facility he's in to visit him for Father's Day. Up until a few days ago, he was in a facility in Jamestown, North Dakota, for several months. It sits next to the North Dakota State Hospital. Somehow, we started talking about paranormal stuff and his experiences there. A short history of the hospital. It opened in 1885 and became an institution for the mentally ill and criminally insane. Within the next couple of years, overcrowding became a huge problem, so the hospital was forced to expand multiple times while also being severely understaffed. In 1973, the governor fired the institution's superintendent and 75% of the staff. He then rehired new people in their place because of their political contributions. After this, the new staff was very underqualified to care for the patients and treated them badly by cussing at them and abusing them, and possibly even killing them. By 1947, the news of overcrowding, neglect, malnutrition, seclusion, including many tuberculosis patients, hit the newspapers, and by 1953, reforms started happening and things started to get better. By 1974, the population dropped from 2,000 plus in the 1940s to about 600 and about 200 today. Yes, the place is still in operation. Today, the hospital now serves as a place for psychiatric services, transitional living, and treatment for chemical dependency. Thank you, Wikipedia. My dad liked to stay busy over there, so he would always take jobs or help out in any way he could. From my understanding, the hospital kind of was like a partner institution to his rehab, but the people there were more like inmates, whereas he could leave and had much more freedom. He went to the side of the hospital that acts as a prison today and helped one of the ladies who works there with the laundry. They folded a ton of sheets, towels, and went downstairs for something, and when they came back, the sheets were thrown on the floor and all messed up. Keep in mind that everything there stays locked, so nobody could have been in there. The lady told my dad that it was Charlie, the ghost in that part of the prison. Apparently, he does that kind of stuff all the time. The lady told my dad that they have names for different ghosts all around the prison because there are so many there. They even have a few rooms that they had to block off because any time a resident or inmate would move into them, they would refuse to go back because so much creepy stuff would happen, and they would just end up having to move them to a different room. Even the old warden's office was so haunted that he told them if they couldn't find him a new space for his stuff, he was going to quit his job and move on. My dad said apparently things would move all around and go flying off the shelves, since he was able to leave frequently and have a job outside the facility while he was there. He and a couple of guys took a local job doing weed whipping and other lawn stuff on the hospital grounds and the cemetery. He was working with a small crew of guys in the middle of the afternoon. The part of the hospital grounds they were working on is no longer in operation, but the building they were by had a lot of windows, so you can see everything inside. He and another guy saw someone walking around in there, so they let their boss know that someone else was working in there too. Nah, nobody works in there. Nobody has been in there for years, his boss said. They joked around about seeing a ghost and came to learn that paranormal activity is super common there. My dad is a no BS kind of guy, but he and the other guys saw him so clearly that they could see his clothes and everything. "Did you see what he was wearing?" the other guy said to my dad in a super scared voice. "Yeah," my dad said. "Someone's messing with us. That was a person. They just kept working, even though they were creeped out. Then they saw him again." My dad said the same apparition came walking really fast down the hallway towards them. They could still see into the window and darted around the corner into the garage. He was wearing an old-timey black and white suit with a hat to go with it, and he kept his head down like he was trying to hide his face from them. The guy with my dad took off running and said he was done working there because he was so scared. But my dad yelled at him to run around to the front so they could catch the guy who was trying to freak them out. They went around to all possible doors and absolutely nobody was there. Somehow, the boss ended up getting the keys so they could investigate in that part. And my dad said it was so dusty in there that they could see their footprints, and the only footprints in there were their own. There was zero trace of the man they saw. My dad told me he knows for a fact that that place is haunted as hell. That guy must have been doing some shady stuff because he kept ducking away from them and hiding his face. Hello everyone, SinisterShaf here. This story was Old Haunted Hospital in Jamestown, North Dakota by MN Lady 77. Thank you for letting me narrate your story. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember to like and subscribe if you have not done so already. Also, if you can, share this video with your friends. You can now also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links are in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and, as always, stay sinister.